Okay. Worried about money. Worried about money. Hi there. How are you doing on this beautiful, or in this beautiful moment that we are sharing this quantum entanglement with? It is such an honor and a pleasure to be of service to you. One of the cards that popped out is Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles, as we know, those of us who work with tarot every day, most of the subscribers here, it's a fear of poverty, a fear of loss, a fear of loss of something financial. And the energy is just it's there, but it's not, and it's just popped out. So it means that it's definitely something that you're worried about moving forward. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. One can always look so many ways into it. And if this is a fear, it seems like the cards are saying this is something that's pertinent or something that is definitely on your mind. Let's put it that way, on your mind. All right. Let's have a look at these beautiful cards. I'm going to put my piece of selenite up here. Let's give myself a bit of the amplification. Yes. I've got some cool hematite balls that I've been working with for a long time. I just love their energy because they balance the meridians, the magnets. And then hematite is such a good grounder as well for us, isn't it? And we just like to feel grounded. Now, I have so many crystals on my lap. You'll be like, yo, what is this guy doing? Okay, Sacred Spirit, let's have a look at you. This reading is all about you. So who are you? You are Judgment today. Wow, very, very powerful. Judgment card is something that I resonate very strongly with. I love Judgment as, you know, it's something that we all go through daily, but it's also about an awakening. You're currently having an awakening. It is profound accounting and accountability, spiritual growth. It's also a sensation of a call to answer, a higher calling. You know, you're being called to answer. And you can see the angel in the clouds, and you can see the angels are calling with a trumpet, and they're like, "Ba, ba, 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 ba." I'm making a sound. I don't know what they sound like. And it's, well, I do, but I can't I can't replicate the sound with my voice. I'd need some tweaks. But this is Judgment. You know, they are calling you. You are being called to action. You are being called to almost observe what is happening right now around the world, but also to take account, you know, accountability. See where you are within all of this. Do not be distracted by everything that's happening around the world, by the judgment that all the angels are calling upon everybody. Do not be distracted by that. Focus on your heart. Focus on what is inside of you, how you align with the spiritual world, and how you align with Creator, God, the goddesses, whatever you call it, you know, in your language. How do you resonate with that? And this card represents you. So you're going through a lot of judgment at the moment, and it's a calling of arms, a calling to arms, a calling of the beautiful spirits that have been incarnated here for many, many years. And now is your time. Now you're being awakened, and you're being called to arms, shall we say. The Nine of Pentacles is sitting at the bottom of the deck, and I do love that because it speaks about this encouragement of success, great love, and reward. So it is a beautiful card to hold space for you. And remember that card that fell out earlier. Interesting. And that is the Five of Pentacles, fear of loss and isolation. All right. But I love this, that this is holding space for you. So that Five of Pentacles could just be a little fleeting fear. You know, it's not a reality. It hasn't taken grip. Unless it shows up in your card reading, then we'll attend to it as we should. Yes. Let's have a look at your lesson. What is your lesson in this reading? Do you want to? So your lesson is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is actually reversed. So let's have a look at this beautiful occult meaning of the Queen of Wands. And we understand the Queen of Fire is always a very powerful, charismatic leader, but here she is reversed. It's a demanding nature, a superficial display of confidence, or an inability to maintain one's creative fire consistently. Because this is coming up as your challenge, all right, and you've been called, you've been awakened to other people's inauthenticity, shall we say, people's parts of themselves that are not real. They are not in alignment with what you are developing in your psyche, what you're remembering, what you are attaining, what you are linking to. And because of that energy, it just feels off. And that's the challenge here. That's the lesson, is not to attend to their fire, because they're going to come across as a very fiery individual and they might blast through a lot of things. Don't follow through with fire. Don't be reactive. Excuse me. The best way to diffuse the situation is, if you would like to agree to disagree. That is a polite way of doing it. Or don't engage. Just say, oh, well, that's interesting, and move on. There is a great lesson to be learned here, because a lot of people have been triggered. Their fiery temperaments are being ignited, shall we say, to the point where it is affecting you in your reading, this fiery individual that is almost triggering you to the point where you want to react, but you shouldn't react. And it's a good token not to react, because understanding that everybody's going through their judgment at the moment, everybody is being judged, from the heavenly realms. We are all being guided at this moment to just keep the calm in our hearts, keep the peace in our hearts, and to have a beautiful journal that you write in every day. If you don't, then take part in your soul council, sit in meditation and join your soul council, your soul group, and have words with them and listen to their feedback. After you have words with them, listen. And in that way, you are emptying your cup every day, and you're also allowing the downloads to come in. So it's a very crucial time for the dragons, for the unicorns, for the fairies, fae folk, also for the phoenixes and the tribes of all these metaphysical beings are coming into alignment. The griffins, the sphinxes, the beings that have been forgotten, but embellished in these gremlins and tokens on churches and other avenues in front of pyramids. They've been remembered that way. Now their energy is coming in, and that frequency, that energy is what is driving this awakening on Mother Gaia, or shall we say in this timeline that you find yourself watching this video. The next card is the Six of Cups. All right, a beautiful card, and this is situated in the southern realm of your reading. Okay, it is reversed, so we think about, it's a release from past burdens, it's a focus on the present and future, or a gentle reminder to not dwell excessively on what was. All right, so all of us do this. All of us dwell on what was, to the point where we forget about the joy of being in the now, in the present, in the moment. And that is what the present is. It is a gift. It is a gift to us. And with this, sitting in your subconscious realm, in the underrealm, in the underworld, shall we say, of your reading, it is an illuminating moment to say, yes, there were burdens in the past, there were moments in the past that were almost so captivating that it led you to miraculously feel aligned, but now it's gone now. It's over. Don't dwell on them. Don't dwell on them so much so that you forget about the present. All right. So that's a lovely reminder to each and every one of us. Oh, baby. All right. So there is some sorrow here that's coming up. And it's quite interesting because the 6 is followed by the 5 of Cups, which is all about Mars in Scorpio, that kind of energy. And we can see that it's upside down. It is reversed. It's an acceptance of loss, a movement towards healing, or a realization that new possibilities are emerging from the past. And this card is sitting in the past. So we understand that this is almost that divine acceptance that's coming through for you, and you saying, it's okay. It's all right. I accept this. I forgive. And you've been working so hard on yourself, beautifully, I might add, because it's reached to this point where you are in alignment with the judgment, which is 2-0. It's your 2 frequency, the two pillars of your mind, your consciousness, your light, your dark, the elements of good and evil inside of you, masculine, feminine, are balanced with the 0. The 0 is going back to the void, back to nothingness. You are in alignment. And I can see from the gifts of the cards, you've been going through a lot of going back into your memoirs, into your history, into your past, and you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, whether you've been like capturing yourself in those moments where you almost want to reminisce, but they're asking you to reminisce, yes, but do not be caught by that reminiscing. Don't forget to enjoy life where you are at the moment. And that is very, very crucial in these times, is that we do not get separated. Okay, I had a peek at all the other cards. All right, so here we go. We've got I'm so naughty. Yes, I love it. Here we've got the star. All right, so the star, why I peeked is because the star is reversed as well, and I had a peek at the other cards, but they're not all reversed. So I'm happy about that. It's very good. It's very good. But the star reversed here from the higher self is a temporary feeling of despair, a loss of hope, or a lack of inspiration, urging a return to inner peace and faith. Urging a return to inner peace and faith. So this is a calling from your higher self, and this is a calling from your guides, your spirit guides, your guardians. They're asking you to return home to yourself. Find that inner peace and faith. You might not find it out in the world. You might find a lot of whatever it is in the world. You need to return to yourself. That's all we can really, truly speak about, because there are so many conflicting ideas and paradigms when we are thinking about the world and everything else around it. All right, we've got the 8 of Swords, which is a powerful card because it speaks about entrapment, speaks about you putting up these boundaries for yourself, limiting yourself to only things that, it's almost like you're protecting yourself, but an overprotectedness. But now as a reversed, we're saying there's a breakthrough from limitations, a finding of freedom, or a realization that one possesses the key to unlock their own liberation. And I love that, because you do. You have that, you possess that key to unlock the prison that has been locking you, binding you in this labyrinth, if you want, of your mind, where you've been feeling like, I don't know how to get out of this. This is a grind, and what do I do? What if this happens? What if that happens? And now the cards are saying your future holds liberation for you. And I really want you to take that in. We've got 2 major arcana cards here so far for you. We've got the Star, we've got Judgment. This is an epic reading calling to you to recognize the gifts that are here for you, that are aligning for you. Even though you might be feeling like it's like misaligning, or there's a misfit, your dreams may feel a bit scattered. You may be feeling or having very interesting dreams of late, where it's been very busy, very tumultuous in your dreams. And that is the purge. That is the light frequencies. These are the records that have been playing in your mind, in the subconscious realm. And they're shifting, they're moving, and new records are being played. New chapters are being developed or written or co-scripted by you and others in your soul group. And this is a very, very magnificent time for you. All right, so the card that fell out is popping up again. So it is something, it is a reality, and it's popping up upright. So we have a look at the 5 of Pentacles, and it is a bit of worry, it is a bit of stress, strain, fear of loss, isolation, hardship, material loss, feeling ostracized. So yeah, it's a reminder to seek aid. Ask for help and recognize existing support systems. There is always a support system. Whether we sometimes it takes our pride. We just need to put our prides in our pocket and say, "Woof, hold on. I need to ask somebody for a loaf of bread. I need to ask somebody for a week's supply of food. I need to ask somebody for that help with my car because it doesn't want to start periodically. I'm speaking about myself with the car there. I need to ask for help with my illumination. I need to ask for help with my meditation. I need to ask for help with my career. Where am I going in life? I need to ask for help." This fear of loss, of financial loss, is something that's almost like it's a collective energy, and we do plug into it. It's inevitable. We are part of the tree of life. We sustain ourselves from the tree of life. We give back to the tree of life. There's this convergence of energies that is always, and some of us want to diverge from that. We want to become divergent. We want to align with a different energy, but we are still in this karmic cycle, in this tree of life. So what do? We can't Some of us do eliminate ourselves, that's something, and we become the fallen leaf from the tree, and we become compost, going back into the earth, being ingested. I love you. And then going into something else, It sounds very romantic, but the main idea here is to transmute, be the alchemist in your life. When we cannot get out of a situation, how do we alchemize what is around us? How do we alchemize the energies to make it the best fit for us? All right. Queen of Cups, speaking about an empath, speaking about an energy of a being that is very enlightened and sacrifices and full of patience, a being that is here celebrating you. All right, so Five of Pentacles, it speaks about how you see yourself at the moment, so that's very telling, and this is how others see you. All right, so that's also very telling because it speaks about you being this compassionate, intuitive, profound empath, nurturing emotional wisdom, and a serene presence that offers solace and understanding to the world, to others. But what about yourself? What about yourself? You need this for yourself. You've been standing up for everybody else. People come to you, people ask you for your advice, and you are digging deep. You're digging deep and you're going, it's okay, let's consult the cards. It's okay, let's consult the crystals. It's okay, let me consult the guides. This is powerful. You are this being, but you need to turn that in for yourself because it feels like you're burning out on all cylinders, trying to bring in the money, and you're not being compassionate with yourself enough and saying, okay, whoa, woosa. Time to take a breath. We've got a beautiful fire card that's popped up here. This is your second fire card. The first one was the Queen of Wands. As you can remember, it was your challenge, your lesson, reversed. And this is your second one that's popping up. And it's popping up in the space of the reading where it's about hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. All right, so let's dig deeper into the occult meaning of the Ace of Wands. We understand that it's a new beginning, it's a new fiery start, it's a spark of inspiration, new creative ventures, passionate beginnings, and the fiery impetus of bold action. So you are here at this positivity, at this courage. You're there and you're scared of it. It's almost like it's a bit fearful. It's like, I don't know if I'm quite ready yet. And you're like, should I, shouldn't I don't know, maybe yes, maybe not. I don't know if I should. It's one of those cards where you feel, especially in the position it's at, fear and hopes. You're hopeful of this powerful new beginning, but you're also scared. You're like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready to align with it. And that's okay. It's all right. I mean, if we didn't have fears, we wouldn't have dreams. If we didn't have dreams, we wouldn't have fears. Why do we have fears related to dreams? Because we're fearful we're going to lose our dreams. Okay. The conundrum, hey? The conundrum, or the light and the dark. Just always, I would say feeding off one another, but feeding off our psyche. Feeding off our psyche, feeding off our fears, feeding off our hopes. And it can be quite enlightening. Now you've got another 8. Remember the 8 of Swords that popped up? This is the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is coming up and it's speaking to you on a very deep level here. There are going to be some delays in the outcome of this reading, miscommunication, or a hasty approach that leads to errors and unforeseen challenges. Slow down. Slow down is what the cards are asking you to do. Don't rush things. So remember, this is usually quite a positive card for speed and activity. Reversed, the cards are asking you to slow down. Almost bring yourself back down to your breathing, your breath work. Breathe in and relax. Take your breath. Take your time to inhale, and at that inhalation, hold your breath. Surrender to the thoughts between thoughts. Observe your thoughts. Do not be your thoughts. Do not let any one of them captivate your consciousness so much so that you forget. Then exhale and hold your breath again. On the exhalation and upon holding your breath, once again observe your thoughts. Slow down. This is what this card is saying. It's saying slow down. This is not about speed right now. It's about slowing yourself down. I feel the major lesson here, the major message here is this is a huge awakening for you. A lot of things are stirring. You're having people that are almost like triggering you. There is a lot that you are releasing from the past, and it's bringing up all these memories of sadness, loss, sorrow, when you had to defend yourself. The star is even asking you to illuminate yourself and protect yourself from that which is bringing about despair, in a sense. This is a time for rebirth for you, but it's also a time to watch what is happening around you, but within you, in your mind. I want you to remember that you are deeply loved, you're deeply, the universe is grateful for your presence here. You may feel that sometimes it would be better if you weren't here. And maybe other people wouldn't struggle as much, or maybe you wouldn't have to struggle as much and you wouldn't have to suffer. Acknowledge that life is suffering, but life is also love, laughter, happiness. Accept all of it, and in the acceptance thereof, control what we can control what you can control. Moment by moment, moment to moment. You got this. I'm so proud of you. I love you. Keep going. Like, follow, subscribe, comment down below. I love you.